Hey guys, Bastro Mayhem again. How's it going? Uh, I remember on my first episode I was going to do Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I promised you guys I was going to do Texas Chainsaw Massacre and why I loved it so much. So, here we go. My collection of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I have a special edition of the remake by Michael Bay. Uh, it's somewhere around here. But so Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Leatherface. Oh my god. This is my boy. I don't care what anybody says. This is my boy. This is my G. I love Leatherface. I love everything about him. I love the fact that he doesn't speak. I love the fact that he's the only slasher killer out there that wears human skin and consumes human meat. Like Michael Myers doesn't do that. Jason doesn't do that. Freddy doesn't do that. No other serial killer in horror icons do that. That are cannibal and is as highly regarded as Leatherface. I mean, the guy is iconic, bro. He's just downright a G. I mean, you cannot tell me you see that in an alleyway at night or in the middle of the woods with a chainsaw standing in the dark. Yeah, you're gonna shit yourself. He is everything to me. I love Leatherface. He's if I can have a bust of Leatherface like I have with those back there, if I can have something like that, man, I man, this guy is I mean in 1974, nobody saw anything like this. This movie was banned in 30 states when it first came out. People vomited in the 70s when they first saw this film. This was, like I said, it was banned in 30 states. And it had a really, really hard time. They had a really, really hard time trying to get this down to an R rating than an X rating. Because Toby Hooper originally wanted this movie to be PG 13, which I don't know why. But that's Toby Hooper. That's the crazy genius mind of Toby Hooper. But he wanted this film to be PG 13. But when he showed the MPAA the film, they wanted to give an X rating. They didn't want to give it any kind of promotion or anything like that because nobody's seen anything like this. I mean, back in the day, yeah, you had drive-throughs, the grindhouse back in the 70s where people would go and broken down old theaters and just watch really trashy B-rated movies, and they were awesome. People loved them. That's where you got your gore, your heart, some of your hardcore shit. Um, so that's where this movie resonated from. Now, while they were filming this movie, everybody said that they were miserable, completely miserable. Gunnar Hansen, if you did not know this, in the movie, that suit that he's wearing, the clothes that he's wearing with the apron and all that, he never got that cleaned throughout the whole entire filming. The reason why they didn't want to get cleaned and they were scared of getting it cleaned is that they're going to get missed, that they're going to lose it, and it's going to get lost and they would never be able to find it again, or the material, or anything like that. So they had him keep it on, and I guess he was really ripe, like ripe. But it's showbiz, you know what I'm saying? I guess he even said, quote, from himself, that when he would go down for lunch, people won't want to sit next to him because he stunk so bad because of the suit. Now the house was even worse. The special effects artist literally went out into a pet's basically bone junkyard, and he was able to talk this lady into getting as many bones of whatever he wanted, as much as he wanted. And then he went back, and I think he said overnight or something like that, him and his crew made the house with the bones hanging down, and the skulls, and the, all that cool stuff. Well, since that was all real bones, it was still rotting. So imagine filming in the Texas heat in the summer, 110, 120 degrees out, maybe even hotter inside the building, and with 20 plus more people filming in a closed area. Yeah, they said the filming was horrifying, just horrible. But every single one of them said if they would had to do it again, they would do it, and that's why I love this freaking movie. And uh, uh, Gunnar Hansen, R.I.P. You sir, you are elite. You are top tier. You are, no one can ever beat you. We miss you. We love you. We wish you were here with us. We wish you were making more Leatherface movies. We wish that you made more Leatherface movies. I'm sad that they didn't give you the money that you wanted and didn't give you the proper respect that you earned and that you deserved. Uh, as fans, I absolutely love this movie. I have at least 5 other shirts plus all the other little collectibles I have of it. I try to get as many different kind of covers, movies or versions of the film, or uh, each film. I have at least 5 different versions of the same film. Every one of them different. This one's probably a little bit hard to find nowadays. This one's pretty old. I bought this as soon as it came out. Uh, it was like destiny. Like, I went to the store. I was thinking about getting the movie. For some reason I was thinking about the movie. I got there, and this was there for me. And this was at a electronic store down the street a long time ago. But they sold out. They closed down. But it got me this. This is one of my other favorites. $5. Can't beat that. Texas Chainsaw Massacre DVD. Never seen that version before. Had to get it. And the most iconic, absolutely iconic poster in horror history. I mean, if you see this and don't know what it is, I feel sorry for you. The most iconic horror cover poster ever. I really wish that they would have done this for the cover, but they never did until this came out. I have this poster. My little brother, John Torres, bought me this poster years ago. Bought me $100 frame. Poster wasn't cheap either. Probably like a 50, 60, probably a good $40, $50 poster. Official movie poster, and I still have it. A little bit destroyed because we had a water leak, but I will never, ever, 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 ever get rid of that. And then one of my latest. This was from Best Buy before they sold out and stopped selling DVDs and Blu-rays. This was a couple of years ago, so good thing I got it when I did, huh? This is Best Buy's version of their special edition of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Still sealed. Haven't been opened. This hasn't been opened. This hasn't been opened. Still sealed. See the plastic? Still sealed. Not opened. Will never open. The remakes, after two, I still like them. Leatherface, I tried to like it when my wife bought it for me for Christmas because she knew how much I love Leatherface. But after watching it a few times, it just doesn't fit in with the timeline. It doesn't fit in with anything of the other movies are doing. It seems like it's just a completely different universe. Something of its own. It's not like Leatherface. It's something completely far away from whatever we love. They did Toby Hooper did a part 2. That's a classic. A lot of people didn't like it. Sadly, a lot of people didn't like it, but nowadays everybody fucking love it. That are horror fans, they absolutely love it. They quote that movie quote by quote. Incoming mail. Oh my god, the movie is. I love music. And the movie is iconic. Get her, Bubba. Get her. Get that bitch, Bubba. Dog will hunt. Great. Oh my god, there's so many iconic lines in that movie. Like, it's not even funny. Dennis Hopper did a fantastic job in it. Stretch did a fantastic job in it. She's still known to this day for that role. They tried the Michael Bay remake. I like it, but they deal too much with his brother, more than Leatherface, in the original movie. It seemed like his brother, the sheriff, was more of a threat than Leatherface was, which was really kind of disappointing. And it seemed like his brother was the one that was the antagonist, and like pushing Leatherface to be who he was. So, I still on that one. But I still like it. I mean, the guy that played fucking Leatherface he killed it. That dude was a beast. That was awesome. Like the kills he does in that movie was awesome. Especially what he did to homegirl's boyfriend. Oh man. When he bashes him in the head and then skins his face, takes his face, and he's cutting up homegirl, because and the one that tries to run away, and he fucking cuts her up and looks back, and she sees her boyfriend's face on his. Oh, that part was so cool, like so cool. But disappointing at the end when she chopped his arm off, because then you know that there's never going to be another sequel, because they kind of ruined it after that. She didn't have to do that. And it was kind of cheesy how that happened. Like, she just popped out of nowhere and was able to just chop his arm off. And it just didn't make sense. It still, to me, still doesn't make sense. But some people absolutely love that version over the original, actually. Darcy, the mail girl from Joe Bob's Drive-In, she absolutely loves that movie over the original movie. She much rather prefer that than the original movie. I prefer the original movie because of the fact that there's not much gore. There's absolutely eh, of blood, maybe a couple of spurts. I mean, the part where he throws homegirl on the meat hook, you see blood squirt out back, but maybe I was imagining that too. Because that's one thing I love about that movie is that every time I see it, I act like I remember a certain part, but it never happened because I had it all in here. Because the movie does something where you watch it and you see the gore, but it doesn't really happen. So you kind of fill in the gaps of what happens. Like I was talking about earlier about Friday the 13th, where back in the day they wouldn't show that much. So you had to fill in the gaps. And it kind of made it even worse than what was presumed on film. Oh, and I want to please, Tom Savani, I am so sorry I got your name wrong. You are a master. It is Tom Savani. I am so sorry for your name. I am so sorry for butchering it. My bad. You are a master. You will always be master. Hail the king. Anyways, uh, this movie has so many different sequels, remakes, reboots. It's the timeline's all over the place. It's here, there. It's going here, spinning back around, come this way, going back around, making a loop, going back up and down. It's all over the place. But if you're a fan like me, you'll love them all. I mean, there's parts, there's moments in Leatherface that keeps it at a B level for me, then at a C level for me because of some of the gore and some of the things that happen in it, which kind of intrigues me a little bit. But storyline, A minus, zero hacks. Nah. I wouldn't even decapitate a head for this movie. But anyways, this film means a lot to me. It really does. I'm really sad to see that Best Buy is not going to do uh, DVDs or Blu-rays anymore, which really sucks because they have some really incredible artwork on their covers, and the still cases were. But I guess not a lot of people go in and buy movies anymore. I guess everybody streams everything online now. Uh, I don't really like streaming. I mean, I still stream. I you know, I just like everybody else. Sometimes I'm just too lazy to get up and put on the DVD. I have them all. I have a lot of shit that Tubi and Netflix and all those other channels don't have, and probably never will have. So it's gonna be sad to see them go, and it's gonna be sad that I won't be able to in the next year or two or whatever to get like the 50th anniversary of the Blu-ray, or maybe when I'm 60 years old, get the 60th or 100th anniversary version or whatever. It would have been cool, but times are changing. Really sucks. Now I'm starting to see where my grandpa and all them are the way they were when we were kids. Yeah, it kind of sucks watching everything that you loved and cared about just kind of vanish and go away and be non-existent anymore. But in a way, it's cool though because it's vintage, it's retro, it's nostalgia, it's shit that you remember as a kid or as a teenager or whatever. It's something that brings you joy. Buying these bring me joy. When I go to a movie, go get movies, that's my Sunday fun day. That's my fun. I don't go out and buy fucking cars or houses or jewelry or shoes or clothes or hats or my thing is movies, games, action figures, comic books, things that make me happy. That may seem like just junk to everybody else, but to me, it means a lot. Like those back there, those I'm gonna cherish for life. My little brother gave me those today. Those are busts. Now, none of those are cheap. Not one of those were cheap. Not one. Each one of them at least $100, $200, at least. And he gave me those. That means a lot to me. Because he knows how much I love this movie. I have both versions. I have both versions of this movie. I have all three originals, DVDs. Then I have all three extended 4-hour versions of this movie, which are pretty much everything from the book. Everything from the book. So each movie is 4 hours long, and there's 3 of them. So, yeah. I love my movies. This movie specifically. This will always be my favorite film. Always. Nothing will ever beat it. Always. I love watching this movie. This is a great film. Not for the kiddies. Definitely not for the kiddies. But if you like your gore, you like your chainsaw maniac cannibal, Leatherface is up your alley. So, thank you guys very much for taking the time out of your day. Sit with me, hang out with me, listen to me bullshit, and just talk about my favorite movie. Like, subscribe, follow, please follow. I would love to have some undead zombies to follow me in my horde. It'd be incredible. And the views, again, thank you for whoever's viewing. Thank you. Whoever likes, thank you. You guys are incredible. Love you from the bottom of my heart. This shit is awesome. I love doing this. I want to continue doing this. And if I want to continue doing this, I would love for you to continue to follow me. And just follow along with me in my little dark trail of horror and gore. Update. Soon I am going to add on to this channel horror video games. I will be doing soon my top 10 favorite horror video games from anywhere from Super Nintendo, Xbox One, PS5, all my favorite horror games. I'll explain why I love them so much. I'll show you why I care for them so much. I'll tell you why I hate a lot of them, some of them. You might delve into some other video games that sprinkle in that's not really specifically horror. Still gonna have coming on your way stories about ghosts, monsters. I do have a ghost story for you that actually really did happen to me, and I never believed in ghosts ever. I always thought it was bullshit. No. Sadly not. But my ghouls, I will be back. I will come back to fulfill your nightmares. You guys have a great, fantastic night. Thank you. Like, subscribe, comment. You guys are the shit. This is Dead by Dawn, your monster of mayhem. You girls have a good night. Good night, my goblins and ghouls. I'll see you in your nightmares.